starting the stream right now. So give it a few seconds. No, it's going. It's got to give it a second. I just started a new one. That was for last period.
What format are we doing? We not get that for you.
We're not there yet. I'm just waiting for the live stream to kick in. Let me know when it starts appearing.
I have it up.
All right. All right, so we're gonna do a new project, and you're gonna do 16 by 9 landscape.
Whoa. Yes. Don't see changing it. All right, hold on. I gotta open the top first.
Spike is crazy. Still not popping.
I'm reading correct.
What are we doing? All right, open our new.
You're gonna do new project, and you're gonna do landscape 16 by 9.
All right.
And you're gonna come to this screen. You're gonna take the window size, and you're gonna copy it. And you're gonna change your layout size to the same thing as the window size.
Whoa.
New project, landscape 16 by 9. And then you're gonna take the window size. It's gonna be there right on the side already. You're gonna copy, and then you're gonna select the gray area in the background. You're gonna change the layout size to the same thing as the window size. All right, next.
Hey, how big should the window be though?
The window should already be set to 854 by 480.
Okay.
It should already be there. All right, we're gonna add in a sprite, and we're gonna go and we're gonna create a background. And you're gonna resize it. It's gonna be the same thing as the window. So 854 by 480. And then for this, I'm gonna go with like a yellow. So I'm gonna do 235. 235. Yeah, you can choose whatever color you want. This is just what I'm going with for this time.
Nice color.
All right. I'm gonna set the origin point again. So you know how we make a center? So I'm just gonna do that. So I'm just gonna set the origin point to 0, 0. So you go back. So you go into it and you click this little guy right here, and then you're gonna change the X and the Y, and then you're gonna reposition it to 0, 0. And then it's gonna be exactly centered. Once you do that, you're gonna rename this layer over here to background.
And then we're gonna add a player layer.
You're gonna add in another layer, and it's gonna be called ground layer.
Oh, what? No player layer?
We'll get there.
Wait, do I add a sprite?
You're gonna add in a layer. So once you get the background set up and you lock it, you're gonna rename it to background. That layer, the background layer. You're gonna add in the ground layer. What's going on?
Do we have to do a specific color?
No, you do it on the background slowly.
All right, well, all right. I'll slow down for a second.
Do we have to do that specific color?
No, you can do whatever color you want for the background. You don't have to do yellow. All right, let me go see where everybody's at.
All right. Live stream is live?
Alright, so you're at the background.
Oh my god.
So you go. Alright.
Still going.
And then you're gonna do the origin point.
I'm telling you right now.
Let's see how long the drive
Changes up here. There's X and Y.
Nice one.
0, 0, reposition to 0, 0. I'm actually confused on this how to crash.
Please don't be
on enemy on my side.
You said that wrong.
Thank God it's right by the old.
Alright, you gotta change your window size and your layout size. Okay. Alright, so you got. I know the sizing already, so we're gonna do 854, 480 by 480.
What the heck? But then I'm gonna have to wake up at literally 6 o'clock.
And this has to be resized. Yeah, you can
Drive down there at night. Get a hotel room. A hotel room.
Live there for a while.
Yeah. Or no, you can, if you want to do that, you can
What is it? $16 average cyber security professional. This is very professional.
Korea?
Yeah, but like,
Why did that come up?
Is everybody there yet? Are they caught up? How you guys? You guys good?
I'm getting one of these. Air banana.
Do I make the origin point like?
Yeah, you gotta make the origin, so we double click into it right here.
Put at the top.
Banana
0, 0. And Y0. Yep. And make and change position. So help position. Yep. All right. So we added in.
All right.
You rename background layer. You rename that first layer to background layer. And then you add in another layer. It's gonna be ground layer. Ground layer. I'm also gonna rename this sprite right now to background.
Hey, that's not Mr. Wyatt.
On the ground layer, you're gonna create a new sprite.
Why is it called camo? This is got a cap.
Because it's a bump in the middle. It's like camel.
You're gonna drop it and you're gonna resize it. You're gonna resize it to 900.
Whoa, I'm all behind. What? Wait, whoa.
250. All right. And we're gonna make the color of this one that off black. 900 by 250.
Just like teleport here.
Maybe if you had construct.
I did have it open. I did have it open. You're the one that didn't leave. Stop moving.
Idiot. Wait,
All right. 900 and it's gonna be by 250. So you don't even have to change that.
I'm not even behind you, Mom.
All right.
That off flag knows. Schmex.
All right. Everybody's got the ground, right?
But you know the origin.
Wait, that's blue.
What? 50 by 50 by 50?
It's not blue, it's highlighted.
All right, you're gonna change the position to 422 by 517.
We have 422.
517 or 517?
517. All right.
What? Oh, because I didn't even work.
5.
All right. Once you do that, you're gonna lock the ground layer.
Where do we put it again?
It's gonna be 422. 422 by 517.
Is it 0, 0?
No.
So what's out? Where's the word?
I'm gonna rename that sprite to ground.
Wait, where do we put this?
The ground is positioned at 422 and 517.
I'm at 4.
Mr. H.
Mr. H.
All right, you renamed it to ground.
Yeah. Can you put that on the background layer?
It's gonna be on the ground layer.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does make
I
sense.
see where that's coming from now.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna add in another layer, and you're gonna rename it to player layer.
Oh,
Yay!
I knew it was coming.
player.
I knew it was coming. Player.
Can we lock ground layer?
Yes, you lock the ground layer.
Layer.
Well, why is
Now we're gonna add in the player right now.
why is the ground not just on the background?
You'll understand. All right, so we're gonna add in a new sprite. We're gonna add in the player.
What does L player look like?
Wait, so what position should the ground be on?
Adding in the player. So you're gonna create a sprite.
422 by 570.
517. The size of it's gonna be 50 by 50. Player, yep. On the player layer. It's gonna be that same off black color.
Is it half?
50 by 50.
Yep. I'm gonna rename that sprite to player.
Oh no. Oh no. How do I move the layer? Layer.
Everybody got the player created? Everybody there? Yeah?
Let's see if he moves.
Alright. Nothing's gonna be moving yet. Alright, moving on. We're gonna add another sprite. It's gonna be called Dodge.
Dodge Charger.
What is this team card?
Dodge.
No one realizes that actually.
You're gonna resize it to 30 by 30.
50.
An infinite runner game.
Wait, I should make it.
Wait, what was it? What was that one called? Sprite?
I'm gonna name it now. It's gonna be called Dodge.
Same black color.
Same black color.
How big?
You can change it if you really want to.
How big? 20,000
50, 30 by 30, sorry. We're gonna add in one more sprite. It's gonna be called Wall. They're all that off black. Even the Dodge, yep. So adding in another sprite. You're gonna resize this one to 100 by 350.
One
It's gonna be off black as well.
by 350.
Why am I on ground?
What is that?
Oh, actually, it's 100 by 350.
Yeah, it's 100 by 350. 100 by 350 for the wall.
You're welcome.
That off black color as well.
You never helped me.
You said 100 by 350.
Yes, 100 by 350.
You don't teach me this.
Everybody there?
So I can learn how to do
All right, we're gonna click on the ground sprite.
Why do I keep on doing this?
You're gonna click on the ground sprite, and you're gonna add solid behavior to it.
What's that tall one?
Wall. All right, so once you click on the ground, you add solid behavior to it. And you're gonna do the same thing for the wall. The wall is also gonna have solid behavior.
Wow, that was really.
Wait, what was it? The 30 by 30?
Well, you called the color ugly, so you had to.
Okay, so the small man. Yeah. Oh my.
Ooh, I like that. It's kind of like
You're gonna click on the dodge sprite, and you're gonna add bullet behavior to it.
Oh, dodge is a very small one.
Yes, dodge is the small one. You're gonna add bullet behavior to it, and you're gonna change the angle to 180. You want it to go towards your player.
Dodge behavior.
180, yep. And then you're gonna also do the same thing for the wall. The wall is also gonna have a bullet behavior added to it.
So an angle.
I already made one of these games.
And then 180 for the angle.
Wait, rewind.
Wait, what angle is that at?
Oh, wait, it's a live stream.
Oh, is the wall on the player layer left?
Is the wall on the player layer?
Yes.
Oh, I had it in the right layer.
Next, you're gonna select player, and you're gonna add in the platform behavior.
What's the wall on it?
The wall does have a bullet behavior as well. The wall has a bullet behavior. You have to set the angle to 180. The whole point of this is so that the bullet is so that dodge and the wall come moving towards you while you're playing. This is gonna be an infinite runner game. To the dodge, it does not have solid behavior. To the ground, yes, the ground has solid behavior.
Wait, so the wall should also.
Wall has solid behavior, and then dodge and wall has bullet behavior, and their angle is set to 180.
Isn't the ground gonna have bullet behavior too?
No. You're gonna click on player, and you're gonna add a platform behavior to it.
We already did that. Wait a second.
I think, yeah. Wait, if we had platform to dodge.
No.
No, to the player.
Whoa. Yeah, you're like, ooh. I said dodge. Ooh. I said that. Whoa. Okay, whoa.
Cup is not a square.
Nope, unacceptable.
What?
Cup is not a square. Cup?
Oh my god.
Virgin ears.
Cup is not a square.
That's a combination. Six slang.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a square.
It's a swing. Here. It's like a combination.
For that one here, so if you grab this, just read out this position right here, 135. And say, all right, it's there. There's one there. There's 86. So just find a spot somewhere around here. I just picked 135 because there's a number that was easy to remember. And if you want to fine tune it, you can fine tune it with the arrows. It's right there. Ooh, touchscreen. Forgot. I'll have to remember that.
You're gonna reposition your player to 135. All right. So the X is gonna be set to 135.
Wait. Position what?
Right here. So when you click on your player, look at the position right here. See it? Position. You're gonna change it to 135. The Y is not set yet, so don't worry about that. All right, we're gonna go into our event sheet. We're gonna add in a global variable.
Whoa, no.
It's gonna be like run.
It's gonna be like gravity guy.
It's gonna be starting player X position.
That's kind of long.
Right. Okay, just be like X position player.
Wait, what is it?
Can you just like not talk?
Can you just like that?
Look, you're not supposed to capitalize first.
Listen.
you're at an event. It's gonna be system on start. On start a layout. System.
Add one.
Global variable.
Set value.
People just have no respect now.
Sorry. Not set value, set X.
Set X.
Wait, whoa.
Maybe it, no, maybe it is.
It's definitely set value.
No, it's definitely set value. I'm sorry.
For what? The players?
Shut up.
Right here. Your global variable that you created. And then it's going to be set value to player.x.
Oh, you got it. No, why is it better?
And then you're going to do add event.
Is this for the player? What is this for? Player.x.
No, it's for system.
Nice one.
Nice. Oh, wait, there's something.
Set value. You have to click set value. It's a global variable, remember? And then you're going to do player.x.
Yeah.
Wow, you're so resetting.
0. Wait, no, you're setting. All right, look. So you go to system, you do set value. All right, you're going to select the global variable that we just created right here. And then you're going to set player.x.
I'm holding your mama's friend right now.
And then you're going to add another event. You're going to go to system. You're going to do, it's only the second one. No, you're there. Every tick. You're going to add the action.
Whoa. Every tick.
Yep. And then you're going to go player.
Whoa.
Set X. And you're going to set it to the global variable that we just created. Starting player X position. Is everybody here with the code right now?
No.
With the issues.
I'm already there.
Your weakness.
I'm all
Alright, I'm going to walk around and see where everybody is. I'm going to leave the code up there so you can see it.
What?
You were like tech support.
Look, I just died. That's fun, good sense.
If you're setting the starting player position, player.x, and then you set x to starting player x position.
I know who started player. He's gay.
Oh, you.
Are you making fun of?
No, I'm saying that. I know the one show up.
What is
that?
You're good.
John, you good?
I'm not good.
Why are
Where you
we
at?
just like on the
I
video?
mean, I got the events right, but alright, so everything is where it needs to be then. And you just have to do the player, so the player has to go to.
What?
I don't know if I did like You just have to move the position to 135. Yeah,
Only
135. And then that Y can be anywhere near like.
No one cares.
Yeah, anywhere there. So I think mine was at like 360 or something like that. Alright, but like behaviors.
Behaviors. Alright, so click on the.
I mean, solid.
Loud.
So ground has got to be solid. Alright, so that's it for ground. Let's go to the wall. That's walls. We name that to walls. Alright, so behaviors. You're gonna add in solid. And you're gonna add in bullet. And then what you're gonna do is
No,
you're gonna go.
no, he's
click
not.
on the
No.
use medicine. Alright, so when you do the both behavior, you're gonna change the angle to 180.
It can't be Murphy.
What is the name of this game?
That's so loud.
Now the player does not go to
What's the
180.
point?
Okay.
I'm gonna do my best question of who owns their house.
The dodge is 180. That is correct. Both of the dodge and the wall should be the same. Alright, so everything. That should be everything. Everybody all caught up? Alright, we're gonna move on.
Everyone.
Alright, we're gonna add another global variable. We're not there yet. Alright. So I'm gonna run the layout real quick. Make sure everybody's at where I'm at.
Make it out.
So you make it jump by using the arrow keys.
Whoa, why is now?
Alright?
Because
Why
you
did
said
you not
it
jump
so
high?
every
Hey,
day.
you're not even the correct
Set
position.
the X.
Shut up.
Where's my wall? My
Question,
wall's
why does
not
my
even-
bullet go the wrong way?
You have to change the angle to 180.
Oh,
I am.
That was one of the things we do when we do the behaviors. That's okay though.
Where's angle?
What, how do you change
Set
Ang-
angle, yes.
Angles in common.
What?
Angle. So when you go into the
180 as well?
look, so when I go into my dodge, angle's right here. Angle's right there.
You think you can jump over this wall?
No, you can't.
Alright, so when we play our games right now,
My wall goes
the wall goes to the left, and that's what you want. You got your player, you should be able to control the jumping with the arrows, so the up arrow should make it jump.
Right now?
Yes, right now. It should automatically already have that. Alright, so next, what do you think we have to add in?
Oh, if you hit the wall, you get to show.
That's coming, but what? So one wall, one bullet pops up.
So I can play this game.
Spawning, so we have to add in spawning next. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in that global variable, and it's gonna be called spawn type.
Whoa.
So right click, global variable. You're gonna name it spawn type,
Why is that not?
and it's gonna be 0. And we're gonna add an event. It's gonna be system. You're gonna do every X seconds, and then you're gonna do random.
System every.
And you're gonna do 0.75, comma 3.5.
That sounds awful. Ninja! Hey, you don't get that many quarters. We're all just bad samurai.
All right,
0.7. Come on.
Wow, that was
0.75, comma.
I know.
Comma 3.5.
Why is it not
Yep.
Really?
We're gonna add the action in.
Random. Every random.
Every X seconds. So you're gonna do system every X seconds.
No, it doesn't let me hit enter. I tried.
Yeah, I do random parenthesis. Yeah, I do the bracket.
Why am I not doing that?
I can hear your song. Turn your volume down.
How do you know?
Can you hear me?
Hello? Exactly.
Hello?
You also hear me?
Hear me? Hello?
But now it's going up.
Hello?
All right, so we're gonna do the action. It's system set value.
Pay attention like this.
Like the roots are not moving.
Oh,
All right, it's gonna be spawn type.
oh no. Mister, what did you click?
System set value. Spawn type. And then for the value, you're gonna do floor
Oh my god.
bracket, random, another bracket, 0, comma, 2,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
close bracket, close bracket.
Floor 0, 2. Wait, what do we name floor?
What is floor?
The ground.
Owen,
Ground down.
there you go.
Set
Oh
spawn.
yeah, I thought it's floor, not ground.
So ground is something that ground's an actual like sprite that we make. Floor is what it's telling it to do. So floor is gonna tell it to round down.
You act like you're smart.
Wow.
Yes, Mitchell. You have a question?
So
He's mean to me.
Alright, so you're bullying me by publicly shaming me.
Oh,
is that 0, 2 or 0.2?
0, 2.
Wait, John.
It's 0, 2, not 0.2.
John, I just realized something. You actually aren't.
All right. Yeah.
It's just a thing. 22.
Exactly. All right. We're gonna add in a sub event. Pay attention.
add, insert, sub.
So sub event. System. AJ, you keeping up with us?
No.
Why?
AJ, come on, get to it.
Come on, AJ, we believe in you.
Sub event.
AJ,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You can't object.
You're gonna do system. You're gonna do compare variable. Compare two variables.
Come here, two.
How did you get?
There is a difference. What do you No, compare two variables. Go back.
You're gonna do spawn type.
Is it appropriate that I name my kid your mom?
Not appropriate.
You know, I don't even care about it.
It is one variable.
Spawn type less than.
All right, so you got spawn type.
Wow.
The value is 1.
Is equal to 1. Why is that so bad?
You're gonna do
Which I believe my friend.
system create
Okay.
object.
That variable.
Create object, what you said?
Yeah, you're gonna do wall.
Wall.
So I don't have that labeled right now. I will fix that in a second.
I crushed that.
You're gonna put it onto the player layer. Now don't forget, when you're putting this in, you have to do the quotation marks, or else it will not pop up.
Ooh, it's gonna be random.
Yeah, it's the wall. I have to rename it.
Layer.s.
And you're gonna do 900, 920. Yep.
Whoa! I know. The point.
And then the Y is gonna be, listen up, it's gonna be random. 400. Sorry, 425
420.
and 490.
Now if we run it, hold up. Please stop.
What should we name this game? What should I name this game?
Wow! Oh wait, there it is! Oh!
Why is it all the way down there though?
Yeah, why is it not spawning in? Oh no.
Should I? Name this game.
So they don't spawn in immediately for some reason.
How dare you put that money
That's not funny.
I tried to pull back his finger. Look.
Yeah.
You messed the point, you're not a real coder.
We've been to.
All right. Next, we're gonna add in another sub event.
What's the X and Y?
Whoa. Sub-event
What's the X and Y? The X is 920 because then you're gonna be spawning it off screen,
Wait.
and then the Y is yes. Is it making you do solid thing?
So boring.
Is it making it solid thing?
Yes. I know why. I'm just not moving.
Make it a sub event.
One time. One time. No.
There we go. Look at that. I changed more.
All right, so creating another sub event. Everybody, quiet.
Oh my god!
Sub-event?
Oh my god. Why are you yelling?
Wait, whoa. What's this?
Sub event system.
Vincent.
Hold on, Mr. Wait. Sub-event.
Sub event of event 3. Stop.
Stop trying to find each other.
Sub-event 3?
Yeah, make 4 sub-events.
Sub event of 3. Another sub event for event 3. You're gonna do system, compare variable, spawn type. The value is you're gonna leave at 0. You're gonna add an action, and you're gonna select system. Create object dodge. Player layer again with those quotation marks.
What am I doing?
That's gonna be 920 or something like that. 940.
The X is gonna be 900,
That's close. Then it's gonna be random.
and the Y is gonna be random.
490.
300, 335.
Oh, that's a sub event.
All right. So when you run it,
Ooh, a special kind of decision.
Special kind of stupid.
Look at the dodge. Oh!
Dodge charge.
Oh, that was bad.
so you see, it'll actually be able to jump over them.
Why is gameplay so bad?
You can also go under that.
Because he's streaming.
So they can't hit you, man. Go under that, right?
What?
You can always go under the dodges.
Yeah, we're gonna add that in eventually.
Are we done for the day?
All right.
Not 900.
Bless you.
You're not done for the day.
What am I doing?
Thank you.
Why is yours not higher?
So now, if you wanted to, because you can notice that the dodge is always going to be higher than the player, right? So you can copy and paste it in again, and then you'll see when you run it.
Wait, the same as that code, not.
Now the dodge will be 2 blocks long.
Mister, why wouldn't you just change the size of the dodge?
Because what you can do is you can make it so you can have small and big ones. And it also goes into more like power-ups and stuff like that, right? And look, see how some of them are spaced out now?
Yeah.
So it's going to add in like that different variable each time. It's not going to always be the same thing.
We should make it so that you go faster. Try to go faster.
Yes, Mitch. All right, I'm coming.
It still doesn't hit me.
Puerto Rico.
I don't think they'll ever hit me. Oh. He hit me. He might have hit me.
Despacito Roblox cover.
Cause you're bad.
Yes, boss.
Oh, that one didn't hit me.
Yeah, Des.
Oh, that one didn't hit me. Back over.
Yeah, but it's
Oh, that one hit me. Yes. Wait.
What did it just get $1 million compensation?
Is your Dodge solid? What about your
Wall is a Soledo.
Why is it
So what it is,
Did you change the angle?
Are you here? I have no choice. It's called school.
Oh, 0.2. I thought it was 0.3.
Oh my God, you're bad.
Trim it?
Clearly, I helped you. Now you owe me
My
one.
dad didn't feel fucking
You've used up so many.
No. I talked to you at least 84 times.
You know. My hair is orange. More orange than my
more orange.
I think you mean your skin.
What layers?
Oh yeah, my hair is gone.
No!
I'm feeling it, bro.
That's the old place. Like it starts out.
Oh,